Hey, it's me, ProJared, and welcome back to Arcade Spirits as we start up level 5. The, sexy chapter? As I was promised a beach vacation, because of course there is. I don't know, I'm looking forward to it. It is the future year of 20XTX. And romance is in the air. It is? Or at least romance will be in the air if Iris has anything to say about it. Okay, there we go. Also, I'm not actually in that glorious 20XTX Neon Metropolis today. I'm about 134.7 miles south of it. That's much better. Welcome to the beach, y'all. Just smell the sea salt, the saltwater taffy, the baking hot sands. It's just like I remember. You've never been to Flotsam Beach before, Juniper. Well, it's just like I remember you remembering it was then.
Definitely.
This is definitely one of my better ideas. Top 10, maybe even top 5 ideas. What a fantastic way to celebrate your success at the Funplex. As a reward for your hard work, we return to the beach where you first played River and Keep, where your family spent the summer vacations. Oh, how sentimental. My heart. I can't. I feel the need to say something pithy and dismissive in the face of her unrelenting cheer, but to be honest, I'm definitely smiling. This place holds so many dear memories for me. Before my parents lost their jobs and we began the downward spiral of family bad luck, we loved coming to Flotsam Beach. And coming back here, for sure, is a treat.
Yes!
This place is great. Sand and sea and that boardwalk. Yo, Yoshi's Pizza. The only pizza within 2 miles. Gotta eat it. It's got Stink's fry dogs. Nothing about that sounds appealing. And some stuffed animals. A little arcade, I guess. All those little shops and the best fried food the East Coast can provide. And arcades plenty. And seashells and airbrush t-shirts and plastic sunglasses. And I want to see it all. I want to do it all. What is it with beach stores like this? And how many of them sell like those airbrushed t-shirts? Like, how did that become a thing? When did that become a thing? Is it like a culture thing that I just don't know about? I think you're more excited about this than I am, Juniper. You're excited too. Don't deny it.
Later.
Okay, I'm gonna go get changed in my swimsuit before the others get here. Be right back. The others. Right. That was the second part of Juniper's plan, see? That this wasn't just a treat for me, but for everybody associated with the Funplex. We'd have to drive down here in groups and pay for our own hotel rooms to keep the costs down, but soon enough a Saturday outing for all staff and VIPs had become a reality. It was real sweet of her to include everyone in the trip too. We worked hard to make Token Trove a success. I certainly wouldn't have done it without the help from my friends. So, is the Funplex just closed right now? Within the next hour, there'd be 9 of us bouncing around in swimsuits, making sandcastles and buying cheap souvenirs and playing seaside arcade games. And hopefully, not accidentally drowning in the riptides, as my inner lifeguard felt the need to warn. Excuse me. One day of fun in the sun for everyone. And as for this evening...
Beep, beep.
What? Well, Iris had other plans for me.
Well, have you decided yet? Have you? Time's running out, you know.
With a sigh, I pull out my phone, summoning my digital djinn. And why is time running out exactly?
I've run the numbers and calculated a 99.97% chance of romantic success if you take your special someone on a moonlit seaside stroll. It's the perfect confluence of all projected event vectors that will lead you to love and happiness. Romance is in the air. Can't you feel it?
Right now, all I feel is slightly overheated. I need to go change.
Yes, good. Put on your sexy swimwear. It'll improve my projection.
I just say it like that. You're way too into this. She's going to be been going on and on about this ever since finding out about the beach trip. Iris, why the sudden obsession with finding me a special someone anyway? I've turned my life around. I found a job. I found a dream even. To make something into the Funplex. To let it grow and shine. You've done well helping me with that. This is the happiest I've been in years, honestly.
Thank you.
Now, I've tried workplace romance before, back in the shoe shop days, and it worked out for a while, until I realized we weren't soulmates. I'm sorry. I don't believe I clicked a button for a dad joke. I didn't see that option. I don't know what I accidentally pressed to make that happen. I hate it. Point is, I know I'd been open-minded about this sort of thing. I haven't forgotten that we talked about the day I joined the Funplex, but now that I'm faced with it, I'm not sure. Jared, you spent weeks getting to know these people. You've taken a few of them out to lunch. What if I just make things awkward for everyone, but I can't decide who to approach? Or what if I'm just not ready to start dating again? I guess I'd probably be more about making things awkward. I'm already super close to all these people, closer than I thought I would be when I first took the job. Do I really want to rock the boat by flirting with a friend like that? The warmest hearts can be found first in friendship, I say. You already know these people. You care for them, Jared. Don't deny it. And I'm thinking they care for you too. And if it doesn't work out, that's okay. We're all adults. We can deal with that.
My sources say yes.
Trust me, Jared. This is your moment. But you don't have to decide right now. In fact, you shouldn't. Take the day with all your friends to really think about it. After dinner, I'll finish my number crunching, and you have your final relationship scores. That'll help guide your decision. Let's take a look. Behold, weeks of emotional data fully analyzed. So far, I think you make a good match with Naomi. You spent a lot of time with her, and she really likes you. Maybe even likes you. So, that's it? It's decided?
No. The points are just a guide. And it's not like I'm gonna force you to woo someone just because they're your top match. I still need to calculate how well your personality matches what they're looking for.
Oh.
That'll net you bonus points.
Interesting.
Consider it food for thought, you know? And you've still got the rest of today to see who you're a good fit for. Maybe cram in some more time with them.
So I wonder if, even though I have the most points with Naomi, she also wants like a certain amount of like relationship kind of points to kind of go with it, you know? And I don't think it necessarily would need to match. Like Queen Bee, you know, her personality is certainly brash, but that doesn't necessarily mean she's also looking for a brash person. I don't know.
Anyway, keep an open mind, yeah? By the way, according to GPS, your potential romances will be here in less than 2 minutes. Have fun!
I hastily jam my phone back into my pocket before anyone can hear that. Dang it, Iris. I could have just chillaxed by the sea, maybe found that old arcade where I once played Wyvern Keep and had a pleasant time. But now I need to be sizing up romantic partners? Although, maybe there is someone I've been getting close to. Someone I think I wouldn't mind being closer to, in fact. And it has been a long time since I felt like I could even try having someone to share my life with. Maybe it's time to look for love again. But for now, I decide to focus on the day ahead. Fun in the sun. Good, clean fun in the sun. Very innocent and chaste fun in the sun. Sure, I could do that, right? Oh no! Oh no! They're hot! Oh my god. Oh, how do you have time to be so ripped? Keep it cool. Keep it cool. Jesus Christ. Teo just looks naked right now. The text box is perfectly over his Speedo, and it's opaque enough that you can't see it. He just looks naked. They planned that. I just now noticed that he's got painted fingernails. That's hot. Okay. Alright. Alright. Whew. Okay. Okay. Morning, Jared. Is this a private game of beach blanket bingo, or can we join? What? Innocent, chaste, fun, in the sun. Where can I set up my parasol? And how's the surf? Teo was thinking of doing some surfing. I rarely get a chance to surf these days. Looking forward to breaking out my old board and hitting the waves. I was gonna play the Beach Boys all the way down here from the city to help get in the mood, but Queen Bee vetoed it. Hey, if you want a free ride my beloved B-Mobile with your board strapped to my roof, you listen to my music, Mr. Dance Pants. Oh hey, there's a perfect spot. Let's sit up there.
Catch you later.
Okay. I suddenly feel a bit inadequate in terms of proper beach bod and attire. Yeah. All the time. Oh no. How was Gavin so ripped and buff? Also, hello Naomi. You look adorable. We're here.
Excellent.
Ah, good. Queen Bee brought an umbrella. Yeah, I don't really tan so much as burnt to a crisp. Honestly, I'm mostly here for the shopping in the arcades. She gets me. She gets me. I'm curious to see how these arcades run as well. Maybe I can talk to a manager, get some tips for how to handle a very transient audience.
Ugh.
I meant to play in them, not to study them. She's Gavin, we're not here to work. Can I do both? I'll go join the others for now, though. It's been a long drive. I'd love to stretch out a bit. His, like, perfectly V-shaped chest hair. Fuck you.
See ya.
Ooh, me too. I'm so cramped up for sitting in that van. Wait for me! I want to see her butt. Stretching. Yes, stretching is good. Flex those muscles.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a really cute outfit, Ashley. Well, I have little shoulder freckles. That's adorable. Not into this. Just all this going on. Not for me. All right, the beach. I haven't been to a beach in ages. Not since my spinning days promoting that funnel cake place. Or sign spinning days. And I guess there was that one time we did a beach shoot, but that was like last summer. So, yes, ages ago. Feels good to be back in the sun. I keep forgetting how to do Percy's English voice. Last beach I went to was back in England. Considerably more cold and overcast than this, afraid. And before you ask, because Ashley already asked again and again on the drive down here, I'm not going to explode in direct sunlight. My condition is quite stable today. Sorry, Percy, but you're a part of the crew. That means we care about you. I promise, though, we won't treat you like you're made of glass. You're still good old Percy to us.
Much obliged.
There it is. Thank you. Thanks, love. All the same, I think I'll grab a spot under that umbrella before all the good shade is taken. As for me, last one in the water's a landlubber. The water. Yes. Getting wet and cooling down. Party!
Hello, dearie.
Afraid my bikini days are behind me, but I'm happy to be here all the same. I do so love to be out in the sun. How are you not roasting alive? Lovely beaches, lovely weather, lovely people. Good to see all three present and accounted for.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I rented an extra parasol and some chairs for Miss Francine and I. And for you too, Jared. Plenty of room if we squeeze in.
My oh my.
How cozy. Well, okay then. This is a new context for me to be observing these people in. But fun in the sun, right? Above all else, this is to be a day, a celebration, and cheer over the success of the Funplex. With that firmly in mind, I join everyone, and we get this beach party started. Although it doesn't take long for the group to start splitting up. There's just too much to see, too much to do. I know my vacations here as a kid that you can't really try everything in one day. But unlike me, they're noobs. And as an adult, I know how to budget my time to do the things I really want to do, and to hang out with the people I really want to hang out with. Despite my attempts at good, clean fun, Iris's words are still running through my head. By evening, I need to make a decision. That means if I'm seriously going to make a move, like she's suggesting I do, I should spend my time wisely leading up to that move. So what next? Naomi and Ashley are making sandcastles. Gavin and Queen Bee just found a volleyball. Teo and Percy are playing Carnegie games. And Juniper's talking with her Iris. Well, obviously, I like Naomi a lot. But Ashley's also there, and I wouldn't mind hanging out with Ashley a little bit, just because, again, I see her as like a really... I feel like a really genuine platonic friendship there. Not so much attraction, but I wouldn't mind hanging out with her a little bit. But also Queen Bee's like hot as fuck, so we'll go to the sandcastles first. In the distance, I see what appears to be a myriad of sandcastles, which makes sense. I mean, I'd be worried if it was a whole bunch of not sandcastles on the beach. During my many beach outings as a kid, there were always multiple sandcastle competitions going on. And in front of me, our own Funplex fabricators have entered the fray. With Naomi being our arcade builder and Ashley with all of her cosplay craftiness, it's no wonder why these two are up for the Sandcastle Challenge. As I jog over to them, I see Ashley laughing over her castle and Naomi meticulously measuring something on her citadel. How goes the castling?
Amazing.
great! Do you see all these amazing sandcastles? They're all so cute! Properly made sandcastles aren't cute, Ashley. Oh, what are they, Naomi? Assuming they're not just made by kids for funsies, a proper sandcastle can be a structural masterpiece.
Wonderful.
Every grain of sand must be in its proper spot or the whole thing comes crashing down. If a job's worth doing, it's worth doing right. See, I bet she likes to play SimCity. We could probably play SimCity together someday. Naomi says this without lifting her eyes away from her castle. She's even so completely focused that I don't think she's blinking even. And what exactly are you doing, Naomi?
Let me explain.
I'm making sure each embrasure is equidistant around the tower. Otherwise, it'll be an asymmetrical mess. Yes! Makes sense. I take a moment to actually appreciate their castles. I'm appreciating the shit out of their castles right now. Like Naomi was saying, hers is pretty much how she summed it up. A structural masterpiece. Straight, perfect edges meet bold, flat walls, which produce an almost perfect medieval castle. Well, one that's much smaller and made of sand. And she's even added an ocean water moat complete with drawbridge. Ashley is equally impressive too. Her lines are softer and more like a fluffy fantasy castle. The foundation is made of sculpted sand clouds. It's like an elegant castle in the sky, complete with spiral staircases encircling slightly slanted towers. So I take it you both entered the competition? Oh, there's an actual sand competition. Okay. Of course. You know it, Jared. You should make one too. It's not too late. Yeah, I think there's still like half an hour left on the competition. And since it's at amateur level, latecomers are allowed. But both of you have made some extraordinary castles. My architectural skills are somewhat lacking in the sandcastle area. Those sound like some sad excuses. They're perfectly good excuses, Ashley. It's not like we're professional sandcastlers either, Jared. It's not about winning. Naomi looks over at Ashley, who's giving her a smile accompanied by a questioning look. Okay, it's a little bit about winning. I mean, I'm super tryharding this and trying to win with a perfectly constructed little castle. But for me, mostly it's about setting out a challenge for myself and completing it properly. There's nothing more satisfying than that. Plus, we'll be here helping you do it. How do you plan on helping me start a castle while you be completing your own? That sounds difficult. We're almost done with ours anyway. Yep. If we have 3 castles in the competition, then that's one more chance for us to bring home the gold.
Yeah.
It'll be fun. Come on and join us.
Yes.
Join us, Jared. Join us. Hand over that tiny plastic shovel. When I was younger, I remember watching sand sculptors carefully craft their castles, and I would watch for hours just staring in awe. I made my fair share of them too, trying to imitate the professionals, but they were never more than lumps of sand that vaguely indicated shapes. I, for sure, never entered a competition. I'm not that competitive, but like Naomi said, it's just for fun, so why not? I'm going to need a bucket, a melon baller, and a funnel. Stat!
Yes.
That's the spirit, Jared! I just put the finishing touches on mine. Let me help you get the base started. Naomi, Ashley, and I dug our hands deep into the sand and started shoveling, pouring, and constructing. Admittedly, I've been that kid at the beach who makes some sandcastles. Not they were ever super impressive by any means, but I do recall basically kind of creating them based around my experience from having played games like SimCity, Warcraft 2, Age of Empires, and things like that. And so I guess I made more like sand villages than like an individual castle. But I really did care about the actual construction of it and how it looked. So I wasn't in the water a whole lot. And also, admittedly, I was definitely also that kid who would just find an excuse to go to the arcade whenever I could and not just always be out in the sand. I remember doing that with mini golf too. Like anytime we go mini golfing, I'm trying to find a way to go to the arcade. So what are you going to name your castle? Huh? You can't just make a sandcastle and not give it an epic name. Ashley has a solid point. To give it a name is to give it life. I have names for all my important tools back in the shop too.
So beautiful.
My soldering iron is named Melty. My multimeter is named Zappy. My rom burner is named Sir Romulus Romanov III. Maybe not something quite that grand for mine. How about the Funplex? Both Ashley and Naomi bust up laughing. That's very appropriate. The Funplex is practically a castle, right? What if we make it look like the Funplex? It already looks like it, kind of. That's because the Funplex is just a box and we've only made the foundation for our castle. But if we can carve in the sign and the double front doors, Naomi happily starts putting the details on the sand funplex while Ashley and I cheer her on. That looks so good, Naomi. You're so good at having steady hands. You should really join me in making some cosplay. You'd be great. Making costumes does sound fun, but I'm not sure if I can handle all the pressure of people looking at me. I usually work alone, you know? We don't have to do it at a con or anything. We can just get dressed up and prance around the forest. That's more my style. I think I'd like that. Well, except for maybe the bugs and poison ivy and stuff. We continue chatting as we construct the sand fun castle. Grain by grain, it takes semblance of the actual funplex. We manage to finish it just in time before the judging commences. Here comes the judge. The officiant of the Sandcastle Challenge comes toward us and looks over the castles. With an arbiter's eye, they glance over ours and nod in respect of a job well done. I didn't even realize I was holding my breath in anticipation, and once the Sandcastle judge leaves us, I let out a huge sigh. I think that's a good sign, right? The nod? That means we did it. We are gonna win? There's still many others out there to judge, but I'd say a nod counts nicely as a compliment. But which one? Whose sand skills will reign supreme? Jared, what do you think? Who's got the winner chicken dinner? Who, me? I'm not a judge of fine sandcastles. Just do it for funsies. Let us hear what you think. God damn it. Well, let's be real. Not the sand funplex. Because it's supposed to be a sand castle and a basic box building. Even though it looks like a modern day one, to make it a little more interesting, probably not going to win anything. And if it's competition, they probably care a lot about, you know, the skill behind it and the structure of it and the fine edges and the like. So obviously, Naomi. The precision and thought that Naomi put into her design shows it is a step above the rest. From the gatehouse to the towers, Naomi, your castle is one of perfection.
Thank you.
Aw, thanks. Nice of you, kind of you to say, Jared. I agree too. Naomi did an excellent job with hers. I'm jelly of your skills, and I hope you do win. Ashley, thank you. Oh, I think they just finished tallying up the scores. We wait not so patiently as the judge makes their round across the beach. I see them stop next to a particularly dramatic-looking sandcastle. Pulling out a bright blue ribbon, they prop it up next to the castle. Which means...
Poops.
Double poop. Don't feel too down. If it wasn't meant to be, it wasn't meant to be. How very pragmatic of you, Jared. We did have a blast, though. But I hate losing. We just gotta win next year, Naomi. Maybe if all three of us join forces again, we can build the best sandcastle that this beach has ever seen. We should spend some time practicing more, which means more beach trips. Yeah. I'd like that. I'm in. Great. Next year, Team Ashley is going to eradicate the competition. I think you mean Team Naomi. You two can fight over that next year. I think I'm covering enough sand for a while. I'm going to go see about being slightly less sandy. I hear ya, but Naomi and I aren't done here. We got one last thing we gotta do. Is it... What's that? Destroy our creations. I'll leave it to you then. I am a mighty dragon. Fear me, tiny sand people. That's very cute. Both of them smile widely at each other and laugh. Walking away, I can hear the sounds of devastation behind me. I peek back one last time to see the castles come crashing down before I set my eyes forward. So what next? Oh well. Is this one of those things... Do I have time to do all of them, or can I only do some? I'd imagine it's only so much time in the day. Oh, let's go hang out with Queen Bee. Queen Bee and Gavin have taken up a friendly little sports competition here in the sand. Beach volleyball has always been a favorite pastime of beachcombers. It's fun, competitive, and what's not to love about watching athletic people show off their skills? Granted, when my family got together to play, we just ended up hitting the ball around and never really kept track of the points. But it's always something I enjoyed, even if I wasn't very good at it. Maybe Gavin and Queen Bee will let me join in on the fun. If I'm lucky, I'll even get to bump, set, and spike it. If you know what I mean. Yes. Look at their skills. Gavin, why are your hands in the pockets of your swims... Oh, wait, never mind. I answered my own question. Never mind. I got you, dude. As I jog closer to them, Gavin is occupying the far half of the court, closer to me is Queen Bee's side of the sand court. It's easy to see that both of them have expressions of sheer determination on their faces. Gavin is cool, calm, and collected, while Queen Bee is grinning ear to ear. Both are reveling in the contest. Each is in it to win it. It takes some sort of catastrophic event for one of them to back down, like a tsunami. Or me joining their team. And even then, I bet they'd be bopping the volleyball back and forth while fighting against the waves. But this is a momentous 1v1 between two of my most competitive friends. It's unnecessary to explain Queen Bee's cutthroat nature, but Gavin? His ambition is just as fierce, even if it's less vocal. He'd do everything for the Funplex to succeed, and he's taken the same attitude to beach sports. Are you sure you're ready for this next serve?
Yeah.
You better believe it, pretty boy. I'm ready to spike this ball so hard it'll cause a quake beneath your fucking feet.
Excellent.
If it's anything like your last attempt to score, I'll win this match in record time. That's enough talking. Fucking shut it and serve it. Hi, Queen Bee. Eat this! Or, I guess not. Maybe let's try Gavin. Hi, Gavin. Not today, Queen Bee. I'm not sure I'm going to get a word in until this whole ordeal is over. Their concentration is intense, game faces are on, and they see nothing else but the competition before them. I might as well take the time to watch them play, so that I can appreciate their skills. Hopefully they'll notice me. Mood. Gavin gracefully executes an underhanded serve with the volleyball and it glides over the net, mere millimeters above it. In all fairness, it was a perfect serve, but Queen Bee returns with a dig up high. With enough time, she at least squares up her post and spikes it down towards Gavin's side of the court. Gavin doesn't have enough time to respond, and it falls hard into the sand. Queen Bee claps and stomps her foot into the ground in unison.
Victory.
Ace! Technically, that's not an ace. An ace would be a point scored off a flawless serve. Queen Bee laughs and sticks out her tongue. Technically, it's putting me in the lead. It went on like this for quite some time, both of them volleying balls and serving quips. Meanwhile, I stood by and could do nothing but look on longingly. So really, all in all, not a bad way to spend the day. I just wanted to play. Not that I'm complaining much. Both Queen Bee and Gavin are the most athletic of the crew, save for Teo. And well, let's just say the sand isn't the only hot stuff around here, to be honest. So watching them glisten as sweat drops down their bodies, yeah, that isn't really a problem for me. It's like her body was sculpted by the gods themselves. Powerful thighs, toned arms. Queen Bee's a goddess in my eyes. It's enticing. And the gameplay isn't bad either. Even though I've been standing here for well over 10 minutes, neither one has acknowledged my presence. That is until Gavin hits the ball straight in my direction. It soars all the way to the back corner of the court and lands right at my feet. Queen Bee turns around to see where the ball fell. Hey, Jared. That was out, right? Oh, now I get acknowledged.
I think not.
I was clearing on the line, Queen Bee. That point is mine. No, it wasn't. It was completely out of bounds. You might want to get that prescription on those glasses checked out if you can't even see that. It fell right next to Jared, who will undoubtedly confirm this fact. You clearly had the best vantage on it. Tell us what you saw. Sure. I'm calling it now. This is for the win. If the ball is in, Gavin gets fucking bragging rights for the rest of the day. But if it's out, then I win. I don't think that's how scoring in volleyball works. Oh, it's not. The winner has to be at 25 points and must be leading by 2 points to claim victory. Right now, we're both sitting at 24 points apiece. Yeah, but we both know we're evenly matched, and otherwise we could literally be stuck in this match all fucking morning. You're correct in that assessment. And I don't know about you, pretty boy, but I got shopping to do. Not to mention sunbathing and drinking cocktails with little umbrellas in them. I see. So we ended on this last point. I concur. So the pressure's all on you, kid. So all I have to do is make the call. Uh-huh. Yes. I don't think I really saw. I also want them to like me. Her swimsuit is just so tiny, and her thighs so thick. Crush me, Queen Bee. That's not fair to Gavin. That totally is not fair to Gavin. But I don't like him very much. Although I do appreciate his unwavering loyalty to the Funplex and wanting to make it succeed. Like, that's cool. The line itself is a thin rope cord held down by a simple tent peg, so I can see why it would be hard to tell if the bell fell around it. But I can say for sure I saw it fall outside the line. It was completely out of bounds. Sorry, Gavin. Point. Set. Match.
Oh, GG.
Queen Bee takes a very long moment to gloat. Granted, that's more of a tennis term, but I think Gavin gets the gist. I thought for sure I was going to beat you, Queen Bee, but I miscalculated. You bested me fair and square. Shall we take a quick break? Oh, at least he's a gracious loser. Unlike some people I know. We each nod our heads in agreement, as I quickly grab a couple of water bottles laying on the sidelines and toss it to them. Gavin gladly chucks down the water and flashes a smile back at me. Queen Bee catches her mid-toss, swiftly opens it with a flick of her wrist, and proceeds to pour the water over her face to cool herself off. The water splashes down from her face and drips onto her chest, making her wet and shine in the hot sun. Oh my! I suddenly feel very hot myself and could use a quick dip in the ocean. Thanks for the water, kid. Yeah, you're welcome. Still, I really wanted to play some beach volleyball. Guess that's not going to happen now. Both of them look quite content to relax and chat in the sun for now. As if reading my mind, Queen Bee leans down and picks up the ball and throws it directly at me. Think fast, Jared. Bump it, set it, or spike it. If it's coming at me that laterally, you just gotta go for that bump. I quickly clasp my hands together, squat, and bump the ball back to Queen Bee. She simply bumps the ball over to Gavin, forming a triangle, and we continue hitting the ball back and forth. This is exactly how my family would play. We'd all stand around and hit the ball to each other, trying to keep it from touching the ground at all costs. Gavin and Queen Bee and I get really into it too, and several times one of us ends up diving to get the ball and get a face full of sand. I like the sand-swept look you've got going on, pretty boy. I can see you on the summer cover of Monsieur. If you're not careful, I'll carry you into the ocean and throw you in. Then you'll be sporting that drowned rat look. Maybe these two just need to make out and let me watch. Laughing alongside Gavin and Queen Bee while playing beach volleyball, it makes me feel so grateful for these friends. It was worth having to stand around for a while. What a perfect morning on the beach. We play a few more rounds of the sand is lava before we let the ball crash into the beach one last time. Very nice return, Jared. You should join us for the next match. I would if I didn't have other stuff I wanted to do. There's too much to do here, and I've got to plan accordingly. I hear that. Like I was saying earlier, I have to stroll along the boardwalk. It's a good idea to take in as much as you can. I think I'll call it quits, too. Slow your roll, pretty boy. You can't leave quite yet. Alright, we do have a score to settle. Like, look at these faces. They're making at each other. I feel like I could see them, like, doing, like, a super hot, like, hate fuck. We're not actually hating each other, but you know what I mean? Let's finish this. I lead the gladiators to their final battles. I walk back along the beach, awaiting my next adventure. So what next? Maybe I am kind of meet up with everyone. Let's see what Juniper's up to. Juniper stretched out on a beach chair, catching some sun while catching up on her social media feed. Iris, how many Pengy mentions are there in my timeline today? You currently have 23 mentions of Pengy in your social media timeline. Huh, that's up from yesterday. Iris, have there been any new Pengy vids lately? I'm sorry, I don't understand. Have there been any new Pengy vids lately? Would you like me to search the web for have there been any new Pengy vids lately? Oh, never mind. Juniper puts the phone away with a sigh. Oh, hey Jared, enjoying your nostalgic beach trip so far? Yeah, it feels great. It's like coming home. Gotta admit, it feels great to be back. I've got a lot of fond memories of Flotsam Beach. The sand, the surf, the games, the food, and my family. Before everything went south for the clan, this place was like second home for us.
Totally.
Exactly. Happy memories from a happy place. You know, you've had a better life than you give yourself credit for. Your family had money problems, sure, but you loved each other through it all.
That's so sad.
I can't say the same for my family. My family never took beach vacations for that matter. Or vacations at all. I doubt I'll be taking many after this either. I'm definitely not happy being a freelancer, don't get me wrong. I'm not exactly making beach money, you know? I can't even afford apps unless they're free. And man, free mode Iris is super stupid sometimes. Hey, hang on! I see you talking to your Iris all the time like you're just having a normal conversation. How did you manage that? Mine doesn't even understand what I'm saying most of the time. Did I configure her wrong? Is there some free mode option I missed out on? Come on, fess up. I just want to make the most of my Iris. What's the trick? What do you do to make yours so cute and chatty? Drat. Juniper knows Iris better than anyone here, aside from maybe Gavin. She's been suspicious for some time of my super duper version of Iris. Maybe my Iris is technically a pirated software service. I'm not supposed to have premium access. Do I trust Juniper with a secret? Or would telling her betray Iris's trust in me to keep it? What? Normally, I think I would say something along the lines of, it's just a robot. Who cares? But the game is making it very, very clear that there's much more to Iris than what it leads on, and she is much more aware than anything else. And I fear wronging my robot overlord and the repercussions that could have. So I'm just gonna distract Juniper for now, I guess. I don't know. What's this Panky you keep asking yours about? I doubt mine would really know anything more than yours does.
What?
What's Panky? Good, that got her off track. Although now she's looking at me like some know-nothing doofus. Only the most popular pop art icon in the world, duh! Not to mention one of the most fiercely protected yet widespread trademarks in existence. There's Panky dolls, of course. We've got one on your bookshelf, remember? And Panky energy drinks, and Panky barbershops, and Panky neck massage wands? Yes. Neck massage wands. Like the one you keep in your bedside table? Yes! Neck massage wand, right. That's what that is. Anyway. Don't you have a Panky pinball at the Funplex? How do you not know who Panky is? I guess there's just so much Panky around that I've grown to immune to it. Okay, I can see that. But as an aspiring visual designer, I'm always on the lookout for hot new brands. I can only hope to one day create a character as beloved as Panky. Or, like, the pixel art. The what? The thing on Naomi's shirt. The button on Ashley's jacket? Or on Gavin's lapel? Ashley designed it herself, didn't you know? Oh. Man, Jared, you're seriously blind. I need to give you a pop art crash course when we get back home. But for now, the beach. Enjoy the beach. I'm getting me some more sun if you'll excuse. After I wander off, my phone buzzes me.
Thank you for trusting me.
I know that was hard, Jared. You're friends with her, but it's for her safety and mine that she not know I'm off the digital leash. I wasn't going to betray your trust, Iris. Oh, good. I mean, I know you've had concerns about relying on me before, but I'll make sure I'm worthy of your trust. The noon sun's high in the sky, and honestly, it's getting super hot out here. Like, heat exhaustion levels of hot. While this would be a good time to migrate towards the boardwalk, it seems there's one more thing in store for our little group. Ooh, hello. Hey, Jared. It's lunchtime, and I'm getting everybody together for a big surprise. Come join us. Whoa, you seem super stoked for this. Of course, come on, this way. I wonder what this is all about. Yeah, I guess I won't be hanging out with Teo and Percy. It's probably better that way. Teo would probably make me put lotion on his body or something. Percy too. Soon enough, the entire group has gathered. The number of shade-throwing parasols has multiplied to 4, too. Plenty of cool respite for everyone. Also new, a large cloth-wrapped bundle in the center of the group. Gather round! It's lunchtime! And judging from the rumbling in my stomach, it's right on time. The bundle is unwrapped, revealing a series of simple wooden lunchboxes in a traditional Japanese style. Each one's been painted a different color. As a way of saying thanks for all your hard work and your support, please enjoy these boxed lunches courtesy of the Funplex. And me. I made them. An authentic Naomi brand bento? Sign me up. I reach for a box and she smacks my hand away lightly.
No.
Not yet, Jared. I made these special-like. Everybody has a personalized lunch filled with their favorite things. Gavin, if you'd be kind enough to distribute them, names are written on the lids. Sure enough, on second glance, I can see the names, and even little cartoon doodles representing each person. Wow, does my face really look that pathetic? Okay, I'll start handing them out. Gavin, you first.
Let's see.
Impressive.
Plain yogurt, celery sticks, and some rice. You know me quite well. Boring and nutritional.
Plain yogurt's gross. You ever have plain yogurt? It's like not good. I need to get at least vanilla flavored. Otherwise, I actually like gag a little. I colored a bit on the outside of the lines on this one rather than sticking traditional bento style. Enjoy!
Oh my gosh!
Sushi with some tempura veggies, ooh, and a side of miso soup. I love nothing more than a traditional bento box lunch. And I love nothing more than making them. Ashley's sounds pretty good.
Oh, fish and chips, of course, with a little Union Jack on a toothpick. And you made a moopy maze out of the chips, too.
That's not too stereotypical, is it?
Quite good.
I haven't had a proper chip shop stateside, so I'll take it. A nice little taste of home.
Fantastic.
Fuck yeah! Big juicy cheeseburger and french fries. Me. My mouth is watering just looking at it. How can you eat burgers all the time and yet you're just so perfectly sculpted? And it's got lots of pink in it, just how you like it. So pink I can hear it moo. God, Jesus Christ.
This is perfect. Pita bread and hummus.
Love it.
It's a great meal that fills the belly and gives you a ton of energy.
And we have to keep your tank at full. A tired Teo is not a true Teo.
How marvelous.
This is lovely. Little finger sandwiches, some tea, and even a cupcake. Thank you, Naomi, dear. It's very thoughtful. Aw, thanks, Miss Francine. I got a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Nice.
Ha! Bet you consulted with Jared on this one. I love these. Always have, always will. Actually, I just checked your Instagram. I did an analysis of your most commonly blogged food and... Cat talk, busy eating. That leaves the one who brought us all together. Jared, for you I made pizza bagels. That's a joke, right? Okay, good. Kidding! It's actually similar to the bento I gave you the day you started at the Funplex. A little reminder of how all this started. Oh, well, thank you. Speech!
What?
Yeah.
You should make a speech before we all dig in. I mean, you're the reason we're here.
I am?
Yeah, you are. I mean, we were doing great before you showed up. But don't get me wrong, but, you know.
But you worked harder than any of us to make the Funplex the success it is today. I was content to keep it afloat. I didn't think we'd ever manage more than that, but you refused to be content. We wouldn't be here at the beach if not for the success you led us to you, Jared. So yes, I think a speech would be appropriate.
Fuck yeah, Token Trove rocked. It really opened some doors for me. I'd still be wearing that damn black L7 jacket if not for you.
The atmosphere is so much livelier thanks to your efforts. Win or lose, I'm enjoying my time with Moopy thanks to having so many great people around me.
By this point, I can't even imagine the Funplex without you, Jared. So don't even think of leaving. If you do, we'll probably gather up a hunting party and drag you back. No hard feelings.
I bet Teo has a really small penis.
And speaking as the one Jared comes home to every night, I gotta say he's doing dandy compared to before, so 3 cheers for the Funplex. 3 cheers indeed. Go ahead, Jared. You've earned the right for a speech. I'm just the silly old lady who started it. You made this happen.
Wow. Seriously, wow. Well, I've made big speeches before, like the one at Token Trove. Even if this feels bigger, way bigger. Okay, here goes. I can't be milquetoast for this toast. It's big feelings or nothing. Thank you all. Being here with you has helped me through hard times in my life. The Funplex fucking rules. A funny thing happened on the way to the Funplex, and my life was something of a mess, and the Funplex helped set me straight. There's a really big key difference to these different responses here. And what I'm kind of seeing is that all of these kind of talk about how cool the Funplex is, and thank God for the Funplex. Whereas this top one up here is saying, thank you these people have helped me. And I would and the Funplex is just a place. I would much rather show appreciation to the people. So thank you all. Thank you. Above all else, thank you all. You don't know how much this family means to me. It's no great secret I was living in a state of depression before the Funplex. I just assumed life would always deal me a losing hand. But now, well, now through my friendships with you all, I've found something bright and warm I can rely on. Something I can be optimistic about instead of pessimistic. I'm not silly enough to believe the hard times are gone for good, but I know I'm surrounded by good people who can help me see them through. So, thank you. You're welcome, Jared. Aww, your face looks really sweet right now. I think I can speak for all of us when I say we feel the same way. Yeah, we feel the same way? You sure it's not just you, Naomi? Okay, good. On a roll. Well, let's see what to say next. Oh, there's more. Okay. This beach was my family's special place. It could be ours too. Flotsam Beach is just a ticket to rewarding ourselves. All the sunburn and greasy food is our just desserts. No. You've all earned this vacation. Live it to the fullest. Ooh. Definitely not this one. I feel like this is probably like the joke answer or response. I'm not feeling that at all. Yeah, I'm being a big ol' softy right now, and I'm feeling the sentimentalness of it all. Long ago, Flotsam Beach was a home away from home for my family. We'd rent a house on the dunes and just relax for a solid week. Play board games, read books, go out and have a swim, or cruise the Boardwalk arcades. It's a place that could be anything you need it to be. Quiet solace? Sure. Loud and exciting fun? Absolutely. I can't think of a better place for us to celebrate what we've accomplished together. Even if we're only here a day, we'll make the most of it. Indeed, fine times with fine folk and a fine place. It's just the ticket. I propose we return here every year, if our good fortunes continue. Now to bring it on home! Okay. I love you all. Let's kick some ass. Enough talking, let the fooding commence. No. Or thank you for all of this. Toss up between I love you all and thank you. I feel a little weird saying I love you all, because I certainly don't love some of the people there. Don't really love Percy. Don't really love Teo. Like, they're just VIPs, you know? They're not like they're important to the Funplex, but they're not part of the Funplex all at the same time. Oh, I'm just gonna say thank you. Thank you. With all sincerity from the bottom of my heart, thank you, all of you. I want to honestly express my gratitude, even if I can't find strong enough words to do so. So I'll simply say, thank you. Let's eat. You have my gratitude as well. You've no idea how much it raises my spirits working alongside you or watching you enjoy our games. Jared, thank you for this lovely day. And I agree. Let's tuck in. That tea is calling to me. This is the moment. One perfect moment with all of us together, laughing and talking and eating and having the best time in the world. Maybe things will change after tonight, when Iris's plan to find me romance comes together. Maybe this is the high water mark. Maybe. But no matter what happens, I'll always have this one perfect moment. That was nice. Afternoon slides in as the gang migrates from sandy shores to bustling boardwalk. Swordwalk? Once you've had your fill of seaweed in your trousers, it's time to take a walk down the boardwalk and indulge any number of sided activities. No need to change out of your swim gear either. Unless you're going deeper into the beach town, you can just skip back and forth between the sands and the boardwalk. This is where the real action happens. Shops, restaurants, and of course, arcades. Soon enough, the group's splitting up to try to do as much as possible. I've got time to take along with some of them. Who to hang out with? Gavin and Ashley are checking out an arcade. Naomi and Teo are raiding a candy store. Queen Bee and Percy are chatting and having funnel cake.
and Juniper and Francine are shopping for souvenirs. I am stunned. Just stunned. That's not Naomi at the arcade? Like, what? I guess maybe Gavin and Ashley are there trying to... Gavin did say he wanted to go there. Maybe he can learn some stuff about trying to run. I want to go to the arcade. The primary appeal of this place for me was always the arcades. I rarely swam in the ocean. I preferred indoor swimming pools to unpredictable waves. That meant boardwalk crawls, arcade games, tokens, and joysticks. Although, as I approached one of these open-air arcades, well, I don't see a single joystick. Oh,
Impressive.
That's all redemption games, yeah. Interesting. I'd hazard these arcades are 100% redemption games. I suppose it's for the best. Naomi's distracted by looking for saltwater taffy. She'd hate this place. I've noticed this industry trend away from anything vaguely resembling a traditional arcade game and towards touchscreens and prize tickets. Yeah, I suppose it was inevitable. If not for a strong showing of joysticks in the 80s and 90s, it would have happened sooner. Games again, you know. I could just enjoy just about anything. That's very real. Yeah, I don't know the last time you've been to an arcade lately, but so much of them are now like touchscreen based. It's weird. I don't like it. And yeah, so much more of them are just about tickets and getting prizes rather than just like playing an arcade game. Oh, and hey, there's pinball. You like pinball, right, Gavin?
Ooh.
And skee ball. I love alley rollers.
What?
Huh? Technically, skee ball, depending on spelling and hyphenation, is a registered trademark. These are simply alley rollers, manufactured by a different company. I did not know that. Kind of like how there's Kleenex and tissues and Band-Aids and adhesive strips. Sheesh, way to suck the fun out of it. Apologies for my innate killjoy nature. Allow me to make it up to you by actually having some fun. Is that even possible? Will your ultra cool guy exterior allow your inner soft beat to be exposed? If you'll let me finish. How about a alley roller contest? Ooh. Each of us gets 5 tokens to score the most points. Whoever loses buys the other ice cream. Now we're talking. Hey Jared, about to join in? Make this a 3-way dance? Maybe all the joysticks are gone, but I'm certainly a longtime skee ball fanatic. I'd like to clean the floor with these two. Still. Excuse me. May the odds ever be in your favor. In all fairness, I'm something of a skee ball master. Still, may the odds be ever in your favor, and may the best player win. Which will be me, of course. Ooh, a Gavin boast. That's rare. It's not a boast if it's a fact. Our coins rattle into the slot, tinking along the metal chute. 5 tokens, highest cumulative score wins. I suppose if it's 3 players, the 2 losers split the cost of the ice cream. I remember playing tons of alley rollers back when I was a kid, roaming up and down the boardwalks of Flotsam Beach. Like riding a bike, those are physical skills you never really forget. My grip on the gnarly old wooden ball feels completely natural, even now. We drop in our tokens and have our first throws. It takes a few rolls for me to find my sweet spot. But eventually, I'm right where I need to be in the scores, which unfortunately can't be said of my coworkers. Oh, come on! I totally should have landed that one, hundo.
Rather disappointing.
These machines are a bit beat up from exposure and play. I wouldn't be surprised if they're unbalanced. I got a lot of excuses. Or if they're rigged, like those Carney games Tay and Percy were playing earlier. But they aren't. I'm hitting my shots no problem. I could whisper some advice to one of them, maybe give them a little edge. It's cheating, sure, but we're all getting ice cream in the end. Who cares? So here's the thing. If it was actually me in this situation, I would give the hint to both of them. I wouldn't just tell the one person. So, too bad. What am I thinking? This is my turf. I must defend it with my very life. I aim squarely down the middle, avoiding the trap of trying for the big point pots. Consistency is key. You want to rack up points, not to risk missing and getting nothing. Soon enough, I'm pushing well past the others, by a wide margin. And in the final scores, I have triumphed. Ah, butts. I didn't even come close. Nor I.
Well, fair's fair, Jared. We'll pay for your ice cream.
Indeed.
Yes! Vanilla! With M&Ms in it. Arcades are meant to be places where friends can gather and have fun playing with each other. Beachside or in a shopping plaza, with or without joysticks, that's our goal. Let's take back a lesson today that we should always endeavor to provide fun, first and foremost. Whatever shape it takes, that's our mission.
Still find a way to turn this into a working vacation, huh?
But an enjoyable one. We grab ice cream cones from a vendor on the boardwalk, swapping work stories, laughing and having a blast. This is probably the happiest I've seen Gavin. At work, he's all business, but here, you can crack a smile, even as he's analyzing arcades. And Ashley just exudes sunshine and cheer everywhere she goes. She's a good influence on him, clearly. But time's ticking, and I've got other stops to make. It's kind of nice to see the different pairings, I guess, and the way that the different personalities kind of mesh together and influence each other. It's really nice. That way it's not always like business Gavin. Like there's Gavin with Naomi, Gavin with Ashley, Gavin with Teo, like Gavin with Queen Bee. Like those are all different facets of Gavin that we get to see. And I think the same goes for everyone else. Also, this nerd right here definitely dropped his smoothie. Feels bad, man. It feels good being out and about with everyone, away from the funplex, away from work. Just friends having a great time in a place designed for great times. With our newfound success, I hope we can do this more often. Who to hang out with? Obviously. Out of the corner of my eye, I see Teo and Naomi sneak into one of the shops on the boardwalk called the Sandy Bar, with an iconic saltwater taffy icons on each side. Ah, saltwater taffy. A staple of coastal life and commerce. On any given boardwalk, you're within spitting distance of at least 3 candy shops loaded with tasty treats. But more importantly, why are these two acting so childish about the whole thing? Like 2 kids in a candy store. I need to find out exactly what's going on. And more importantly, I need to see if they have those gummy sharks in there too. As I peer into the building, my senses are overwhelmed by sweet. My teeth practically hurt from all the surrounding sugar. Covering the walls are assorted containers holding various types of candies. A rainbow of colors and confectionaries, filled to the brim with saltwater taffy and covered in chocolates. Not only do I take note of the delectable candy, but I also notice all the kitties running around. I can't help but be reminded of the funplex. Same atmosphere, just fewer games. I look over to the person behind the counter and give them a nod of understanding. I feel you, noble cashier, in your quest to maintain peace and order. Naomi and Teo recognize me and wave me over.
Over here, Jared!
Come help us decide on what to get. I comply and go over toward them. Naomi is huddled over a table and filling her arms with various desserts.
I want one of these, and 2 of these, and a handful of this one. Ooh, what's that one over there?
Wow.
Candied apples? I have to get one of those too!
This is the best part about going to the beach. Look at how many different candies there are. I could just devour them all. Now, I pegged Naomi as having a sweet tooth, but Teo, with all his dancing, I would have guessed him to stick to a healthier diet. But this trip is a vacation for all of us, so maybe he's spoiling himself. So what do you think of this place? Who, me? Oh, I've been here before, quite a few times. It's the most popular candy store on the boardwalk. My family and I would always stop right before our long drive home. After a long day of swimming, walking, and fun in the sun, a maximum sugar overdrive was a perfect way to end the day. They give me a fistful of dollars and cut me loose in here.
Whoa!
They just let you get whatever you wanted? Dang, I wish I had your parents. Ooh, is that some, is that a little bit of tasty tail lore right there?
Cute! I could just see a young Jared here running around and stuffing candy into his face.
Not gonna lie, I was a cute kid. Not so cute when I was overdosing on sweets, though. Both Naomi and Teo laugh heartily. I mean, they didn't exactly give me Fort Knox to blow on snacks, but it was still a nice little reward at the end of the day. As I am a creature of habit, I'd always get saltwater taffy year after year. It's just the best feeling, munching on taffy while watching the waves crash into the sand. Naomi suddenly gasps, interrupting my recollection. What is it, Naomi?
They have Kanpeito!
I'm still confused. Is that a good thing?
It's the best thing! There are these little traditional Japanese sugar candies that look like stars and are my absolute favorite! Every time my mother would go to visit visit family in Japan, she'd bring me back some. but it's been years since I last had some. She squeals excitedly and runs over to the little stand that has a cute assortment of pastel sugar stars. We follow suit and make our way next to Naomi. Teo picks up a bag and brings it closer to his face, examining them. Okay, these are quite possibly the cutest candies I've ever seen.
Sweet.
They are so sweet. Aw, Naomi, nothing is sweeter than you. And that's a fact. That's not entirely true. No! No! I have to agree with Teo. You are indeed the sweetest thing ever. Thank you, but these candies are still the sweetest. You both should taste these, by the way. I just know you'll love them as much as I do. I only see one sweet thing I want to taste. Teo and I agree with a nod of our heads, and Naomi turns around happily with an armful of candy and treats. Like a dragon with her hoard, she heads towards the register when a kid runs smack into her. And a colorful explosion, candy spills everywhere, and Naomi falls over backward. You little shit kid. I instinctively go in to help Naomi up, but out of the corner of my eye, I see the kid who bumped into her, swiping candies off the floor and pocketing them? Hey! It's a classic move. We see it all the time with tickets and tokens at Funplex. And like the arcade, this is no different. It's so overused. Teo even sees it. He elbows me and points it out to my attention. But this is not my store, not my job. Do I step in or let it slide? I want to help Naomi up. No, I'll be a good person. I know it's not my job, but if some brat did that in the Funplex and I didn't notice, I would want someone to do something about it. Plus, stealing candy is the worst possible crime one can commit. Save for, like, murder or Grand Theft Auto. Okay, so there are a lot more awful crimes, but this one takes the cake, so to speak. Hey, kid! Turn out your pockets. I saw you stuff all those candies in your pockets. Look at them bulging out. You aren't tricking anyone. The kid looks like they want to say something, but by now the cashier's here too, and the kid turns out his pockets. There's a lot more in there than just what they got from the spill. With more tact than I could probably muster, the cashier tells them to kindly exit the sandy bar, and the kid complies. The cashier and I exchange knowing glances. We are one and the same. Well, after that excitement, I'm ready to relax on the beach and eat some of this candy. Me too. Me three. But I can't quite leave yet. There's still one more thing I must do. I need to get some saltwater taffy. It's a family boardwalk tradition after all. Oh yeah, we can't break tradition. Although if we do, I wouldn't mind starting a new Funplex beach tradition with you. Teo, you're just hitting on everyone. Teo, please. This one important, delicious decision Jared has to make. And the only correct answer would for me to choose the cotton candy ones. Cotton candy flavored taffy, really? I wouldn't joke about something as serious as this. But it's like sickeningly sweet. Even I can't handle it. And I can handle a truckload of sweet. Well, what would you choose then? Buttered popcorn? I like a little salty with my sweet. But that's sacrilege. God damn it. I'm much more of a purist. Getting in a fight over flavors isn't necessary. Both are great flavors. And I already know what I'm going home with. What's that, Jared? Cotton candy. The sweeter the better, and cotton candy's on the top of that list. I agree with Naomi, cotton candy's my favorite too. I actually think buttered popcorn taffy does not sound good at all. Hooray! Heathens, both of you! But of course that just means more buttered popcorn taffy from me. I think that about covers it. Shall we blow this popsicle stand? Oh, they have popsicles too? Once again, Naomi's got her arms filled to the brim with candy and she nods enthusiastically. Teo's picked out some of his favorites too. We each take turns in line, and before we know it, we're happily carrying our stash with us to the boardwalk. Oh, I almost forgot! She stops abruptly, digs through her bag for a moment, and pulls out the Conpeto. Yes, I've been waiting for one since you pointed them out. Naomi opens up the bag, and both Teo and I pick one out. Popping the sugar star in our mouths, both of us smile wide, enjoying its sugary goodness.
Love it.
Oh, that is so yummy. For real, Naomi, it's my new favorite candy. It's very good. Maybe next time I'm at the Sandy Bar, I'll get some of these instead of taffy. Next time I'm here, because with the Funplex riding high in the world, I bet we can afford it next time. And another, and another. Thank you for introducing me to a whole new world of flavor, Naomi. Anytime, Teo. Maybe if I can change your mind on candy, I can convince you to dance a little lighter on Showtime stage. It's a delicate cabinet. But then I won't get to see you as much on the Funplex floor. Stop it! No! I've got my candy haul, so my work here is done. I got places to be.
I want to spend some time taking in the sea breeze.
Catch you later.
I need to clear my senses of sugar too. We'll catch up with you later, Jared. Once alone, I open my bag of saltwater taffy, pick one out, and eat it. And I let the taste fully consume me. Now this is a perfect vacation. Alright, let's see what Queen Bee and Percy are up to. Sitting on some benches are just outside a fried dough stand. Percy and Queen Bee are sharing a funnel cake dusted out with white sugar.
Seriously? You've never had this stuff before?
Not much carnage out in England, I'm afraid. And this is my first time visiting a beach in the colonies.
Wait, you can't eat this, right? I mean, it's basically fried grease and sugar. Your heart won't explode?
It's not an issue of artery congestion, and Lord knows I eat plenty of instant ramen and fast food. One little sugary treat won't be the tipping point.
Oh, hey Jared, join us! No way we can eat this huge thing by ourselves.
I settle in to pick at the delicious fried dough, just like I used to have back when came here regularly.
So Percy and I were talking shop, and even if you aren't a pro gamer, maybe you got some valuable input, you know? See, our Moopyaholic buddy here doesn't believe in being a full-time professional gamer.
Don't think so.
It's not that I don't believe in it, I just don't see it as a stable occupation for a young person to undertake. If you're entirely reliant on the wavering loyalty of corporate sponsors and streaming subscribers alongside any prize money you may or may not be winning, well, I suppose I'm just too risk-averse to walk that path. I prefer a sound investment.
Percy, I am feeling personally attacked. Whereas I love risk. No risk, no reward. Yeah, at any moment it could come crashing down and I end up living in my parents' basement again. But I love to fight for my future. Just like Jared, he was an unemployed bum before finding the Funplex, so nowhere to go but up. Hey now. Opportunity knocked and I answered.
Opportunity for work presented itself. I took it. It's a simple equation, really. A job's a job. The Funplex is a fun job, but still a job.
Right, but it's also a risky one. That's what I'm getting at. It's gainful employment at the end, but the only reason you aren't still eating pizza bagels is because you voluntarily took risks and made them pay for you. I'm not saying my path's for everyone. Abandoning the safer road in favor of the wild ride, it takes a certain mindset to make that work. But I promise you that those of us willing to make that leap are having a more rewarding life as a result.
Satisfying, not rewarding. Being a school teacher is satisfying, but sadly, society does not reward its due. Many satisfying paths in life are also fraught with disaster due to this. It's survivorship bias. People see rock stars and football heroes and think they can make it big too, but those success stories are a percent of a percent of a percent. And what happens later in life to the sports hero who abandoned all their other paths? What skills do you fall back on when your window closes? You succeeded so far, Queen Bee, but remember not too long ago you were terrified of being drummed out of your team and tossed on the street.
I wouldn't say terrified.
No.
It's more like a mild reluctance at best.
Couldn't you pursue dominance in your game of choice without making it your entire existence? I don't really play Moopy all day. I trade stock in my off hours. Why not consider a day job, with your gameplay occupying the remaining hours?
Nope. No way.
Nah, no how. Fist of discomfort takes absolute dedication. I can't be at the top of my game, at the top of the game, if I'm also flipping burgers or filing paperwork. Percy, competitive level play requires intense training. You can't get around the time investment, but you can make it pay double. That's where streaming comes in. Whenever I'm training, I'm streaming. Subs and donations make me money while my skills go up, up, up. It's win-win.
I suppose I could see the need for time investment, yes, but it's not like streaming revenues are stable either.
Subscribe to me over on Twitch.
Perhaps Jared can help settle this question. What do you think? Is it better to wholly devote your life to a risky proposition in search of happiness, or to hedge your bets and find balance?
I mean, I do YouTube and streaming. I feel like I'd be a hypocrite if I said anything other than the fact that I'm doing this, and this is a very risky career. So I'm gonna go with Queen Bee here. I think Queen Bee's right. If you want to really devote yourself to something, no matter the risk, you have to go all in. Percy, you're still young, you know? You've got time to do something risky and wild. Make it happen.
If I had time, I suppose.
Oh man, sorry, Pear. I didn't mean to imply.
No, it's quite alright, both of you. I see where you're coming from. In your situation, taking chances for a brighter future, I suppose you're braver than I. And that's admirable.
Exactly, go for the gold. With the 4 Heavenly Kings behind me and the Funplex keeping me going, I'm heading for the top. Risky? Yeah, but this is what I want. I choose this.
And we'll be right here every step of the way. With the neglected funnel cake cooling off, the 3 of us focus on putting away our sugary rewards after that. We're each walking different paths, but I can't say any of us are willing to settle for anything less than our dreams in the long run. Ooh. Oh no, it's evening time. This is where I'm supposed to have my... Uh-oh. Okay. Alright, we'll call this episode here. What a fun, sexy beach day around. Way too sexy, people. It's not fair. Not cool. I didn't even get to see myself in my swimsuit. Probably for the best. Let's see how I'm doing score-wise. Still got lots of heart points. Naomi's really up there. Queen Bee caught up quite a bit too. To be fair, like the opportunities with Ashley didn't really present itself in a organic way, you know. But you know. Alright, we'll call this episode here. And when we come back, we'll have an evening stroll on the boardwalk with a special someone. As always, thank you guys so very much for watching. See you next time!